Be aware, this is no ordinary gateway. The Lion's Gate portal has opened, and this year, it does not offer gentle encouragement or soft nudges. It's not a supportive hand on your back. It is a force. One that pushes against your resistance, presses into your inner knowing, and scans your very soul for the rawest truth. It reveals not what you proudly display, but what you've tried to hide. You may already be feeling its effects. Perhaps it's a sensation you can't quite name, a feeling that you're no longer grounded in who you were, yet not fully formed in who you're becoming. You're caught in the in-between, not trapped, not broken, just suspended in the sacred process of transformation. Contrary to popular belief, August 8th is not merely a date on the calendar. It is a vibrational frequency, one that resonates at a level capable of shattering illusions, bending time, and fast-tracking your evolution. This year, the portal doesn't wait for you to be ready, it acts with urgency. Many will speak of this time as a manifestation opportunity, encouraging you to set goals and intentions. But that is only part of the story. The truth is less romantic and far more profound. This portal is not here to grant wishes, it is here to test your alignment. Only the version of you that lives in truth and authenticity will make it through unscathed. So if you find that life feels volatile, relationships ending, structures breaking down, emotions swinging wildly, you are not off course. You are not failing. You are being recalibrated on a soul-deep level. The old version of you is leaving, and there are 7 powerful signs confirming it. Sign 1. You no longer tolerate what you used to justify. The first sign is subtle but unmistakable. You find yourself disengaging from conversations you once endured, walking away mid-sentence from dialogues that once held your energy. Perhaps a job that once provided security now feels suffocating. These shifts aren't acts of rebellion, they are revelations. The Lion's Gate energy strips away every excuse, every justification, every false sense of comfort. You begin to see clearly what you've outgrown. The people you once aimed to impress now feel irrelevant. You're not angry, you're just tired of pretending. And that exhaustion is sacred. It means you're no longer making space for energy that drains, distracts, or deceives. The portal demands alignment, not obligation. Anything out of sync will inevitably collapse. Sign 2. Time feels distorted. Another unmistakable indicator is the warping of time. Minutes stretch endlessly or vanish in a blink. Days blend together, and you often wake unsure of what day it is, not from fatigue, but because your consciousness is detaching from the linear structure of time. This is timeline shedding. The Lion's Gate doesn't just initiate life changes, it shifts your experience of reality itself. You begin to operate beyond linear loops and into quantum awareness. Time becomes responsive to intention, not clocks. Moments of déjà vu increase, and your intuitive senses sharpen. You may even notice people acting like echoes, as if reacting to energies you already processed. Your soul is ahead of your physical form, adjusting to a higher rhythm. Sign 3. Emotional whiplash. Your emotional landscape may feel like a storm, grief followed by laughter, peace followed by confusion. These emotional swings are not evidence of imbalance, they're signs of deep energetic detox. The Lion's Gate is flushing old, stagnant emotional frequencies from your field. What you're feeling isn't dysfunction, it's the clearing. Emotions that were long buried are surfacing to be finally released. You may cry unexpectedly or find yourself laughing at situations that once devastated you. This isn't irrational, it's liberation. Your emotional body is emptying, making space for something purer, something aligned with your new frequency. Sign 4. You're becoming less relatable. As you evolve, you might find yourself speaking less, explaining yourself even less, and withdrawing from social spaces without warning. It's not because you're isolating, it's because your energy no longer fits into old conversations and dynamics. You're shifting so rapidly that trying to translate your inner world to others feels futile and draining. You don't seek validation or understanding anymore. You seek truth. This frequency shift can make you feel lonely, but that loneliness is not a wound. It's a sacred silence, a chrysalis. It's the space you need to transmit a cleaner signal. The Lion's Gate is clearing the noise so you can become more fully yourself. Sign 5. Silence has become sacred. What used to feel like emptiness now feels like power. Where you once filled every moment with sound, distraction, or activity, now you crave stillness. You seek the hush between thoughts, the space between moments, because that's where your soul whispers. Silence is no longer avoidance, it's reception. It's not that you're withdrawing from the world, it's that you're hearing a new one. The lion's gate turns down the outer volume so your inner voice can rise. You start choosing silence over chaos, presence over productivity. And in that silence, your next steps begin to reveal themselves. Sign 6. Your old identity feels foreign. Perhaps the most disorienting sign of all is the collapse of your former self. You may walk into spaces you once cherished and feel like a visitor in your own life. You reread old messages or see pictures of yourself and feel like you're viewing someone else entirely. This is not a loss, it's a shedding. Your ego, your roles, your titles, even your personality traits are dissolving under the intensity of this portal. The Lion's Gate demands ego death, not to destroy you, but to free you. You're not being erased, you're being hollowed to become a vessel for something greater. And though the unfamiliarity is uncomfortable, it is a sacred passage. Sign 7. You feel simultaneously alone and free. This final sign is the paradox. You feel disconnected, not in despair, but in sovereignty. You feel like no one fully understands you, and for the first time, that doesn't feel like a problem. You're not yearning to be seen, you're finally seeing yourself. You no longer crave external validation. Instead, you trust your inner voice. The portal may isolate you, not as punishment, but as preparation. The distance isn't rejection, it's refinement. You are not being cast aside. You are being set apart, called into something higher, more precise. And the more you try to explain this transformation, the more drained you'll feel. That's your cue to stop performing and start becoming. The descent before emergence. You may feel like you're in the darkest part of your journey, but that darkness is sacred. It is the underworld before your crown returns. Every time you feel the impulse to fix, to rush, to strategize, pause. The Lion's Gate doesn't respond to effort, it responds to surrender. This is not a time for action, it's a time for attunement. Maybe the reason nothing feels stable is because you were never meant to build on what you've outgrown. Maybe this final test is less about passing and more about trusting your own wings, before you even see them. You are not breaking. You are being decoded. Every collapse, every tear, every strange piece in the chaos, is part of the transformation. You are not just walking through a portal. You are the portal. Your vibration is the key. So when you feel stripped bare, remember, only what couldn't pass through is gone. Integration, the moment you arrive. When you stop resisting, something incredible happens. The fear quiets, the chaos softens, and a new clarity rises, not loud, not flashy, but steady and bone deep. You don't need to explain it. You just feel it. I've arrived. That stillness is not stagnation. It is soul saturation. The Lion's Gate speaks not through drama, but through resonance. If your energy is simpler, your needs fewer, your joy quieter, you've made it. You don't just receive the upgrade. You become it. The portal is still open, but not for long. As August 8th draws near, the portal pulses with its final surge. But don't expect a dramatic finale. It doesn't slam shut, it dissolves like morning fog. And only those who stood present in the pause will notice the shift. You're not preparing anymore, you've already been initiated. So ask yourself, who were you before all of this began? Who are you now, unmasked and unfiltered? And most importantly, who are you becoming now that you're no longer waiting for permission to evolve?